What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your Brewmaster-in-Chief. And tonight, in the BrewLab, I'm coming at you with another Explorer brew. And we're going to be looking at Humans. Another aggro brew. So kind of continuing on the trend, also a little bit cheaper to craft. Like before we dive into, next up we'll have Greasefang, then Angels, and then Azorius Control will be last. I still haven't quite put that one together because I want that to be a little bit more of my own spin on things, whereas so far these are just like meta decks, like stuff that I've just found online that I know is already good. Some of them I get directly from Untapped, others I've gotten from friends, and a few others, especially Greasefang, is directly from like Pioneer, because of the addition of the new Shadows over Innistrad remastered. There's some cards that I've like recently entered Greasefang, but anyway, more on that in coming videos, so stay tuned. But for tonight, like I said, we're going to be looking at Humans, and so without further ado, let's jump into tonight's brew. And why do I say it's budget? It's not because it's full of commons and uncommons, but it's because a lot of these cards most of you will already have. Like Luminarch Aspirant was like a must craft 4 of in Zendikar Rising standard. Thalia is a reprint, so you probably either already have it or you've recently had it from Crimson Bow. Hopeful Initiate as well was like a 4 of in so many decks. Boros aggro, 1 rotation back, mono white aggro still today. Recruitment Officer you would already have, even though that's not a rare, but these a lot of Adeline, Brutal Cathar, these are all things that like are in standard right now and are currently being played. So not a huge investment to like splurge into the Explorer version, where there's really just 4 of Thalia's Lieutenant, which are like incredibly powerful and must-have card in the list, but it's just 4 rares that you'll have from that. And then this is kind of optional. Like I've seen versions that'll play the Extraction Specialist instead of Thalia here in the 3-drop slot, but I thought it'd be nice to have like Thalia and Thalia. So this is the 3-drop Thalia, and actually this is a super strong card, like 3 mana 3/2 first strike. And creatures and non-basic lands your opponent controls enter the battlefield tapped. Can't tell you the number of times this has won me the game. Like, the opponent thinks they're finally slamming down there, like, ooh, turn 4 Shieldred or whatever, but it comes into play tapped and you can just continue to attack face, which is the whole point in an aggro. You can continue to push through damage. First of all, we've got Brave the Elements. Other versions of the deck I've seen will like forgo Brave the Elements and play some removal other than Brutal Cathar instead. Things like, even just Ossification, one of the new cards from Phyrexia, or will be 1. But I'm really loving Protection. I had a similar card in the Boros Heroic deck from a couple of days back. Just like being able to pick a specific color that the opponent's trying to block with, or target your creature with, and instead it fizzles. And Brave the Elements is particularly strong because it's not just one creature that you target that gains protection. It's choose a color, white creatures you control gain protection from the chosen color. So essentially all of the creatures in the deck except for Mutavault when you activate it, which would be colorless. So all your creatures gain that protection, which is really, really nice. Specifically during attacking. I've been, wow, I can't tell you the number of times this has won me games, and again, an uncommon, easy to craft one. And we got Dauntless Bodyguard here, which is a 1 mana 2/1. There's a total of 8 of those in the deck. Always nice in a white weenies, like white aggro style deck to have like 1 mana 2/1s, and this one's got a very good upside in that when it enters the battlefield, you choose another creature you control. And then when you can sacrifice Dauntless Bodyguard and give that creature indestructible until the end of turn. So lots of these little ways to ensure that between the taxation from Thalia, the things entering the battlefield tapped with the 3 mana Thalia, Dauntless Bodyguard, Brave the Elements. These are all ways to like stop the opponent from getting rid of your important creatures so that you can continue to push through that damage, and it, you know, end games on turn 4 often enough. Other ways of continuing to push damage through is Mutavault. The full version of the deck should probably be running 4 of these, but I'm just running a little low on rare wildcards, and with the new set coming soon, I'm just trying to like hang on to every little bit of resources that I can, even though I'm probably going to just buy the bundle for March of the Machine. But I didn't want to go for the full 4 Mutavaults, but if you want to go full on into this format and you want to play humans, I probably would recommend that you get the full playset of the Mutavault. What else? What else is interesting? Well, okay, I touched upon Thalia's Lieutenant earlier in the introduction. Incredible card, right? Like, when it enters the battlefield, you put a +1/+1 counter on each other human you control. So it's the kind of thing where, like, you slowly populate your board, get down some creatures, you got 3-4 creatures, boof, you play a Lieutenant, everything gets bigger. And then from that point onwards, whenever you play another human, or whenever another human enters the battlefield, which we can also do with Castle Ardenvale. I miss playing with the castles from Eldraine. Then you put a +1/+1 counter on it. So not only will it buff the whole squad when it enters the battlefield, but then you know, subsequent turns it continues to grow bigger itself. So really, really nice card, and I think essential to the deck. Luminarch Aspirant, you all know how busted this was. Like, one of the best 2-drops White has ever had. Beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature you control. Amazing. And then Adeline and Brutal Cathar, I don't need to talk about. We're still dealing with these in Standard all the time. We know exactly what they do. Full play sets. Adeline, you want to be playing this on turn 3 like almost every single game. There was times I was toying with this, but this is just the way to go. One Eiganjo, honestly, like, we have Thalia, legendary. Other Thalia, legendary. Adeline, legendary. I really thought maybe of going for a second Eiganjo here as a little bit of extra removal, so might just end up doing that and cutting these Shefets, which I have never played during this Tark here, I believe this is from. You know, you gotta pay 4. Sacrifice a desert, creatures you control get +1/+1. I don't know. Maybe this is the way to go. We'll toy about with changing some things in the mana base as we progress through tonight's gameplay footage, do some little BrewLabifications on the fly. But that is it as far as this portion of the video. BrewTech out of the way. Let's jump into some games. See how the deck performs on the Mythic ladder. Explorer, humans, go. I'm sitting on like 8 for 1 currently, win rate with this one. Just after I made the last few adjustments, you know, version 3 of the deck, I just changed some few things, put in that 3-mana Thalia, and now I'm just like 8-1 with the deck. I lost the mirror. Even beating Grease Fangs and things. It's just so fast. It's really my kind of game style. I really enjoy playing this type of deck. Thalia's gonna tax or brave the elements. Don't have another 1-drop. I think Mulligan is the way to go here. And I think I'm gonna drop the Shefet. Hopefully not mono black removal tribal. It's our source of card advantage, don't forget. Recruitment Officer can you pay for, and you know, you've seen it being played in. Okay, that's fine. So it's Greasefang. Greasefang it is. Third land would be great. Should have known he'd have a second one. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. We still get to grow our Initiate, which of course can kill artifacts or enchantments, so... Decisions, decisions, decisions. If we go with the Brutal Cathar, he'll just crew the chariot in response, and then we can't swing. So I think Thalia's Lieutenant is the way to go here. Bye-bye. Alright, game 1 victory. Climbing back into the mid-90s with this list alone. I was like, almost like, you know, top 80 something percent, and I just played this straight up into the mid-90s again. By the way, spoiler season is almost on the way. Wow. Have you guys been seeing like the couple planeswalkers that have come out in the last couple of days? The new Ren and 8 or whatever, Ren and the World Tree or something like that, or the Realm Breaker, looking super nice. Oh, that's a great hand. Oh no. Spirits. Whew. Spirits are really strong, but I think this deck is probably pretty good against them. Yeah. He needs to, like, because we needed, like, you know, they've got bounces and counters. Lots of them. So we've got to try and, like, just deploy threats every turn. He may just try and bounce in his shit now. Play a Mutavault. Will he bounce the initiate? Fading Hope or whatever. Rattle Chains. X-Proof, fine. Cool. I don't know why I wasn't able to choose... I mean, I wasn't able to do that. Why wasn't I able to do that? This requires 3 snow to activate. And now he's going to have Geistlight Snare. I knew it. Now we have to deal with this freaking busted man land. Unless he didn't draw his land off the top. Yes. Will he have the mana to counter the Cathar? Disgusting. Yeah. Spirits, ladies and gents. One of the stronger decks in the format. Takes the trade. But we're losing all of... I mean, we're down to no cards in hand against Spirits, and they've got 2 really stronger man lands than ours. Here we go. What a strong ass deck, man. Like the number of rares. Like I couldn't unfortunately bring this one to you guys. switch to... he needs just one more, and I mean, yeah. I'm fairly certain we're going to lose this one. Oh, yep. That's a rip. Do we let it flip to nighttime? I think so. It's our best bet. We can block a Faceless Haven. We've got first strike. Oh, wait. It's a spirit. Ah, GG. And it's got vigilance. Are you kidding me? What a card. I mean, alright, we can all tell why that was banned. So we take one of the anthem effects, but we still lose the game. This becomes a 4, what? 4, 5, 6. Cruise up the dude. We have to block. So busted. Nice. Spirits is so good. Like, I wish I had the wild cards to show you guys that deck. Definitely like up there, tier 1. By far. Like, you can go check Untapped. The win rates are insane, and like quite like a skill, like high skill level. It's not like a very easy one to play. And now there's a new version. There's like a Bant version. There's a new so people playing like 4 copies of Coco. Ooh, 217. Watch this be like, I don't know. Oh, Gigantha? Probably Boros Heroic. Okay. Haven't drawn a single copy of Adeline. No? Oh, God. Not cat oven. Anything but cat oven. Ugh. This is like one of the reasons why I don't play this format. I hate this card, man. This whole Rakdos sack is so busted. Of course he had it in his opening hand. Of course he did. Block, sack. Meh. So lame. So stupid. I hate this stuff. Like, I'm sorry, but like the salt is just gonna start flowing. Yeah, there I can. Lame. This is literally the worst deck in this whole format. Like, I would, like, it's just so pathetic. Ooh, you're so cool, man. Okay, I'm ready to concede right now. Cat and oven in the opening hand. Just get stuffed. Thank you. Bye-bye. Next. At least the matches are fast in Explorer. That is one thing you can say. Like, it's very clear when you're going to lose very early on. The power level is such that it's just like, okay, I've lost this one. Next. Let's get some of our powerhouses. Let's get some Adelines going, please. Shuffler, thank you. There we go. I hate Dallas. Okay. I like this. Turn 1, turn 2, double drop, turn 3, Adeline. Like, it depends on what the opponent's playing. Like, okay, looks like mono green. And then Adeline next turn. That's pretty sweet. So, green Devotion. Fairly certain. And I actually have all the cards for this one. Okay, I forget I said anything. Opponent didn't make his land drop. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, he did, but he tapped land. Oof. Very strong opener, but he's got black in the mana base, so probably gonna get Thalia removed. GG's! Easy peasy games. Gold collection getting nice and big for the new set. I think it's like April 14th or April 18th. It's not too far away. After I played Boros Heroic in Explorer, I went and whipped up something similar for Standard, and it's looking good. Honestly, I'm very impressed. That's another great opening hand. Let's go boom, 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 boom. Did we rack those sack again? Yawn. I think we need to go with this. Bye. Yes, I had so much fun. I mean, it's a format where if you can't get salty. It's really like differently to Standard, like where like I just feel like it's more understandable when you've you're crafting the best possible deck out of all the cards that are available on Arena for the archetype that you're trying to play, because like, I mean, that's the whole point of Explorer. It's like just only the best cards for your deck out of all the cards available. If you scoop it up, it's probably, you know, good reason. Is this a keeper? We don't have a 1-drop, but we may draw one, and we've got the mana in hand for some pretty bonkers stuff. I think I'm going to give it a try. Although we don't want to play the Lieutenant on turn 2. Okay, we got Mr. Aspiranto. Let's give it a try. Cut down. Fatal push. It's gonna be like just like a Fable of the Mirror Breaker, turn 3, like standard. Grixis Pile. Valky, of all things. Yeah, I knew you'd take the Adeline. So let's go with Thalia then. No lands. Tapped land. Trying to decide which color is best to play. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Wow, a long time since we've seen a Valky. And he knows about our Brave the Elements now, so it becomes a little tougher to do things. Salvation will not be granted by the Luminarch Cancel. It must be earned at the edge of a sword if necessary. So you'll probably just transform Valky into my Thalia now. This enters the battlefield tapped because of Thalia. Non-basic lands. Does he go the Adeline? No. Okay, we still get to hold up Brave the Elements if he has any targeted removal. Obviously a sweeper now would be very, very annoying, but at least we get back our Adeline. But we've got one in hand, so I'd rather there not be a sweeper. Yeah, it makes humans Thalias. I mean Adeline, so that'll also trigger the Lieutenant in combat, which is great. No idea what's going on here. Counterspell, maybe? I'm swinging. I'm swinging, baby. And then we can cast Brave the Elements. Could we settle the wreckage? I knew it. Rip. Hey, let's thin the deck. Settle the wreckage. What a card. By the way. So busted. A 2-mana Thalia of our own would have done the difference there, but... Okay. And that's a G to the G. Most broken card. A little bit disappointed that we didn't get to see what the opponent was really trying to do there. Like what the actual game plan was. Just some random control elements. Have a quick look how we're doing for time. The pace these matches go, we've got a good couple more left in us. Maybe 3-4 more matches. May go a little bit longer tonight. I'm enjoying this one, and the curse is like, you know, once I've made a deck and it goes up on the channel, then I usually don't get to play it much more after that because I'm on to the next project. So I'm kind of enjoying this one, and I did blow some wild cards on it, so I wanna play it a bit more before I move on to the next. But Greasefang is probably what we're gonna be doing next, and it's whoo. Care LK 87. Hey, same year as me. Another great hand. Still no 2-mana Thalia, even though we've got 4 copies. I think we had 1 in the 1 game. That's it. Here's Greasefang. Yay. Okay, no Parhelion milled so far. Still no Parhelions. So when it dies, return and he's only got 1 creature in the yard, so let's go for it. It's another copy of these Stitcher Supplier, which has slowly kind of worked its way out. He's probably got Parhelion in hand, so I'm assuming no. Thalia, there it is. So Thalia, great here, obviously. I have to wait until next turn. Third. But now we play double lieutenants and swing. Ooh. If I'm not mistaken, this the Heretic Cathar here is completely ruining his game plan, because he's gonna... the Parhelion will enter the battlefield tapped, and so will Greasefang. So he can't crew it. Wow, what a piece of tech against Greasefang. That 3-mana Thalia is a freaking house. Taking down Greasefang, baby. Let's go. Sick. That was sick. Okay. I'll give you guys some stats from my Untapped at the end of the video. See how I've done. I haven't been keeping track. Yeah. That's fine. Totally fine. Ah, bugger. What a dumb card as well. Just... Bye-bye, Aspirant. Fairly certain. It's just like every deck that plays black is running 4 copies of Thoughtseize and best of 1 in this format, like guaranteed. So we got Bodyguard, Hold Up, Brave the Elements. Oh, it's Greasefang again. Yep. So many different versions. This is the, yeah, the one card I didn't craft from the Pioneer list. Third land would have been crucial there, unfortunately. Still no Greasefang. I mean, still no Parhelion in the yard. No specific kind of Parhelion hate cards in this list. We're just trying to get there before it's too late. Am I reading this correctly? I mean, yeah, it's Greasefang. It's just some cards I haven't seen in the typical Greasefang deck. Oh, come on. Still no Parhelion, so we seem to be okay here. If we can just... If he doesn't hit it next turn, I mean if he doesn't get it now, and I think even if he does... Okay, he's got the Sovereign. 3 damage to target creature an opponent controls. Oh, he's got the Seeker's Chariot. Ah. Okay, so we can go Brave the Elements for green. Will he go for the Seeker's Chariot or will he not? That's fine. We still win the game. You can't crew. And then we just Brave the Elements and win. Sweet. I hope. Doesn't have the mat. Does he have a removal piece? They don't usually run it. Oh, I don't want to look. Oh, come on, come on. He would have used it already if he had it. 2 wins against the greasy boy. Very nice. Alright, we're at the 40-minute mark. Probably going to be the final match of the night. Let's try and end on a win. Hopefully we don't run into Greasefang again. It is a little tedious. Feels like one of those Russian roulette decks, but it's just like got so many ways of making sure the combo happens. It's like every card either mills or finds the combo piece or does both. Like St. Luce. Final match. Let's go. I'm gonna play the Dauntless Bodyguard anyway. Turn 1. Double Aspirant is a good recipe. Turn 1 Thoughtseize. You ready? Nah. Wow, what a format Explorer is, huh? They should just rename it Turn 1 Thoughtseize. Okay, he's scared of the Brutal Cathar for some reason. It's gonna be the... Takes the block. Cool. So now we're worried about like Brotherhood's End. Otherwise next turn we can use Recruitment Officer to draw a card if we don't get anything significant. Brotherhood's End would just, yeah, I'll scoop it up, play another match. Trespasser. Is this standard? What's going on here? Oh yes, top deck city. Scoop it up. Scoop it up, mate. Off you go. Oh! Down to 1. Oh. Now we Brotherhood's End. Proof. Good game. Off you go, Rakdos. Whatever that was. Alright, guys. I mean... I don't think we really need to show you much more of that. We all know what's going on. The deck freaking slaps. It's one of those, like, just white aggro, but, like, taken to the nth degree with all the best cards in Explorer. There's really nothing more I can say. We did use the Mutavault in the match against Spirits, but wasn't enough power and toughness. But still, I think potentially, like if you were to try and make any adjustments, sneaky one more extra of these would be a good call. The other BrewLabification I mentioned was maybe another copy of Eiganjo, Seat of the Empire. Could definitely see myself putting another copy of those, of that in the deck. Thalia, Heretic, Cathar. Amazing. Yeah, as you saw, against Parhelion, even if they reanimate Parhelion, or, you know, bring it back. They don't, it'll enter the battlefield tapped. They can't crew it. They can't attack with it. Their lands, you know, especially in a format like Explorer, like almost every land is non-basic. Perfect. Perfect card. Like, could even consider going to a third, like I was saying. Cut maybe one Adeline, put in another Thalia. But just incredible what we can do. Like, we swung, out of all those matches, we only swung into the opponent with one Adeline on the battlefield. And that was the opponent playing Settle the Wreckage. Every other game, we didn't even like put a 2-mana Thalia on the board. The whole freaking, how many matches is that? Which I find bonkers. So like we just won games with like 1 and 2 drops, like virtually. Amazing, 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 amazing. How powerful and how quick it is, and how simple the game plan is. I particularly enjoy this kind of thing. So if this is up your alley and you want to play some Explorer, you're welcome. But let me just quickly show you some stats. Oh. Yeah, I have to go like this. Window capture. Humans. Let's make that visible for you guys on my Untapped profile. As always, the link is in the description. 16 for 8, 67% win rate. The latest version, the one that you know, I took out the extraction specialists and a few other things, is sitting on 13 for 4, 17% win rate. 76% win rate, I beg your pardon. The numbers speak for themselves. Also, you know, managing that many matches in under an hour, I think just, you know. Hey! I think I've done enough blabbing. And that is going to be it for tonight's gameplay footage. I would like to thank everybody for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you all in the next one. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab, signing out. Peace, y'all.